Meeting order. This is our 5 o'clock regular meeting. We done said a prayer and pledge allegiance, so we're gonna move on to the, don't have a guest speaker. We got some consent items on approval of meeting minutes for September 2022. Do I hear a motion that we approve these minutes?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make the motion, we approve the work session September 12th, 2022, regular meeting September 12th, 2022, work session September 26th, 22, and the call meeting September 26th, 22.
I'll second that motion, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, I got a motion and a second. Do I have any discussion on it? If not, let's vote on it. Mr. Burris?
Aye.
Mr. Pope? Aye. Mr. Lucas?
Aye.
Mr. Barnes?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, okay. Let's go on to the agenda items. Request to approve contract with Taylor Business Services. Now, we need a motion on, I'm gonna ask for a motion. I don't know what's the best way to put this thing?
Probably just if you make a motion to approve the contract with Trailer Business Services.
Do we want it, I mean, do we need to limit it?
If
So many?
If you want to, with an annual price not to exceed a certain amount. If you want to try to do it that way,
Okay.
whatever amount you're thinking of. We
Do we need
were
to set-
budgeting about it was like $120,000 a year is what it was estimated at.
So we can get this done for roughly $120,000?
Per year. It's to be renewed each and every year if the commission wants to do it, but the first year would be just 120.
All right,
That's the
what's
audit
gonna
fee.
happen if we ever decide to not
That's-
approve it for the next year?
Whenever that would be, based on how the contract's written, you would have to pay them up to that point to whatever they worked on.
I mean,
Stop.
what we fulfilled, once we, like say we do it for 3 years,
Right,
and at the end of that third
Yeah.
year, we tell them this is it.
yeah. Well,
And we make
if they
them-
have any open accounts that they're auditing, they'll pay, you just pay up to that time period of whenever those are. And you just won't carry on. They'll finish up what they're working on, basically.
And everybody please don't misunderstand what I'm saying here, because I'm not trying to be smart when I say this, but this is like the third thing we've been approached with by them. And all three things, they have said, State Department of Revenue is requiring this. And we voted. It's almost like we got everybody else doing their job now. If I'm understanding that right.
You got that right?
Yeah.
I mean,
In this
am I
case,
misinterpreting that or what?
yeah. Well, in this case, the stipulation was that you either hire someone, a staff member, at least one staff member, or however many you need. The only problem is what you pay as far as hourly wages. You're not going to get anyone that's competent or qualified to do that kind of auditing.
And on top of that, if you hire somebody, they're not going to be certified time that you get this audit done before our.
That's correct. 'Cause
Deadline.
we'll have to go to
Which
training
way?
to be able to even do that. It could be that you do this the first go round, see how it goes, and see what training is involved in it, and bring somebody on and train them as they go. Kind of like, on the job training.
So the point that I tried to make across to a while ago, what kind of price tag are we looking at total?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to give these people a blank check, say, look here, we got 2,000 parcels. Y'all jump out there and do 2,000 of them, and we get a daggone bill for $550,000.
Right.
But you're saying,
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Mr. Burke.
Yes, and I see what Steve was talking about there. Is there any way that we can approve the contract, but then, get with the assessors and the, bid and joints, and maybe we can set a limitation on to as to how much, that the county is willing to spend for this?
Well, I don't know
I
if we
think
can
we're
put a
gonna have-
limitation on it when the State Department of Revenue's required us to do it. I mean,
Yeah, I know
how can we limit that?
But what I'm saying is for the number of parcels that they do, instead of them doing, if they say we want to do 1,000 parcels, and we say, well, based on what the budgeted amount, we may have to cut that back to maybe 700 parcels, or whatever, 700 entities, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, we need to know how many we're gonna get for the money we're spending.
Right.
I think, or, I mean, you know, that's kinda like giving an open contract. He ain't got to do but 2 or 3 and get $120,000 when he could, I mean, we got a bunch to do. Who's
Yeah,
gonna
if-
tell
I mean,
them how many they gonna
if
do?
If it makes the commission feel better, we can, if you wanna just table this, and I'll see what I can find out as far as what are we expecting each and every year and how much, if you wanna do it that way. And we can just put it on the next meeting.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
yep.
Yeah,
Cause I wanna know roughly what it's gonna cost us.
Right.
Jennifer says some counties perform the audit every year, either with staff or an outside auditing. So, I mean, every county got, if they do it.
Some
then-
counties have that service as a contractual service, that each and every year they're doing that for them.
And that way they don't lose that state money
Correct.
or pay the fee.
And also to stay in compliance, basically.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, we got to do it to stay in compliance.
yeah, you're gonna have to do it one way or the other, there's
Right.
no way of getting out from under it. But, you know, if it pleases the commission, I mean, we'll try to get with them and find out, you know, with all the accounts and basically what sort of annual price we're gonna have to pay, and what can we expect, in other words.
Well, I think,
Mr. Chairman,
Go ahead.
no, I was just about to say, I'd like to just make a motion that we table this until we can get further clarification and, get back with us at a later date as to the estimated cost that it's gonna cost us.
I second
Right.
that.
Are we under a timetable when this has got to be done?
It was supposed to be done starting in June. If I remember correctly, I'm trying to think, I think that was written in the consent order, if I'm not mistaken. It was written that it had to be in place by June.
June of this coming year?
No.
This
June-
past
Well,
June.
no, we done past
They
that.
just said a while ago, the other property assessments, that the other company we hired to do it, they ain't even started yet.
Right.
Yeah,
But
well,
they've been
I think it was
ordered.
just on this part, and I can't remember, I didn't bring a copy with me of the consent order. I did have it in here.
But I
I
thought we
may
had
be wrong,
until,
but
I
I thought it said June.
thought we had until a certain date to either hire a company or have it done.
That was the date, it was June of this past summer.
Yeah.
Of 2022. But I mean, at this point, it's already that late, and you know, if we put it on the next meeting coming up, we can give us time to get that information for y'all.
I just
And
don't,
try to nail down pretty much what we're expecting each and every year.
I just don't want to lose that funding. Because if we lose that funding and have to pay a fine and pay this company, we in big trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We wanna table it then,
I say table it until he can come back with a rough number, ballpark number for what it's gonna cost.
Okay.
I'd like for them to give us some kind of ballpark figure of what it costs.
Well, if I'm not
Per-
mistaken, what's her name, Miss Beverly?
I can't.
Miss Beverly said around 120 a year is what I heard her say.
Yeah. That was based on the estimate that they were coming up with, however many was in each
Each
class.
Class, yeah.
Yeah.
And with that, they're thinking that we might collect more than that.
Oh, yeah, we're collecting enough to pay the difference. Pay the taxes plus pay this company.
Well, can we just, what do y'all think about go ahead and approving it and just putting a limitation on it? Say 120 a year is max.
When can they start?
It's written in there. It's supposed to start September, this last month actually, because it was supposed to be in place during the summer.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's in September. Yeah.
I think, my vote says approve the contract not with a not to exceed amount.
That's what I say. What's yours?
That
I
works.
say 120.
Whatever number Scott just
Yeah.
We're gonna know what we're gonna get for that 120 then, how many parcels we're
And
gonna get done.
that's the kind of information I'll
That's the
get back to you
information I
all.
wanna know,
Okay.
Like
how
right
many
away.
we gonna get.
And not have to wait, you know, I'll get with them and get with the company and find out how we go about gauging that.
Well, I asked Joyce a while ago about reporting back to us to what the progress is, about how many they've done. She said they could do that, get a report to us.
Yeah, I'd just like to know how many they can do, you know, for that amount of money. If they, golly. Okay,
They can provide that for the next meeting, can't they?
Oh, yes,
If we
yes,
go ahead
sir.
and approve it, then they can
Yep.
give us a projection.
And once I
All
start
they do.
finding out information, I'll get it to you all, just so you don't have to kind of sit
It'd
and
be
wait.
kind of a guess, I'm sure.
you all right with that, Mr. Burson?
Yeah, I withdraw my motion for tabling.
Okay.
I withdraw my second.
All right. Now, we have a motion to,
Chairman, I move that we accept approve the contract with Trailer Business Services for Business Personal Property Verification Program as presented with a not-to-exceed amount of $120,000 for the contract.
I second
Per
that.
year.
Per year, yes.
Contract's for a year, right?
For
Scott?
1 year.
Yes, for a year, isn't it?
for 1 year.
I second that.
All right. We got a motion and a second. Any discussion on it? That still don't answer mine completely, 'cause what I wanna know is, how much you gonna get done for $120,000? How many parcels you gonna do? That's what I'd like to know.
Well, if they go by the price chart, they're kind of secluded to that price chart. They cannot deviate that price chart cause they gave us that price chart.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, so I reckon we can,
You know, if they say, all right, you owe us 119,000,
They gonna have to show
They gonna
us
have to
where
show us how they-
$119,000 is at.
right?
yeah. Okay. Let's vote on it. Mr. Burse,
Aye.
Mr. Pope,
Aye.
Mr. Lucas,
Nah,
Mr. Barner,
Aye.
chair vote no. I ain't voting on that. Okay. All right, the proposed ordinance, revision, article. Driveway encroachment control. That's on the, okay. We had a lot of discussion on that while ago. Now what y'all wanna do on it? Go with,
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion, we accept the proposed ordinance revision, Article 5 on driveway encroachment, like it is without re-concreting over part cut. The reason is, you can figure it's a 30-foot driveway, 4 foot, that's about 1.5 yards of cement to replace it. You're looking, what, $250 probably, plus another $200 or $300 labor to pour the concrete back in. There's probably $500, I would think, just due to concrete. And replacing the pipe, we're gonna have right at $1,000 in it. That's why I say we'll dig it out, put a new pipe in, backfill it with crush and run, and they can be responsible for pouring the cement back over it, or asphalt, whatever, how they wanna do it. So, I mean,
I kind of want to do it on a case-by-case basis, like Commissioner Pope. I mean, if we put the pipe in, and we put the pipe in 20 years, 30 years ago, and it's rusted and rotted out, and their driveway's collapsing because our pipe didn't withstand the test of time, I think that falls on us.
but it was their option to cement over the pipe, just like at Mr. Petty's
that's
driveway at his house. You know, his driveway was starting to collapse about 4 or 5 years ago. And we fixed the end of it, but I mean, we didn't go dig his driveway up or anything neither. I just don't, cost effective, we'd have had $600
And every
replacing the
single one.
pipe, everything.
Second motion.
I made the motion.
I'll second it.
All right, we got a motion and a second. Any more discussion on it? Let's vote on it. Mr. Burson,
Aye.
Mr. Pope,
Aye.
Mr. Lucas,
Nay.
Mr. Barner,
Aye.
chair vote no. Okay. The resolution 2022-17 TIA of 2010 continual imposition of 1 cent sales tax. Okay, that's on the regional sales tax.
That's
What we gotta
in
do
place.
is, we need a resolution to move on it again. Do I hear a motion?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Okay. We got a motion.
I'll second the
got a second.
Transportation Investment Act 2010. And I think we might need to put some information out there to the citizens that this is not a new tax, and this is not a Ware County tax. This is a 18 county tax.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a sales tax that's been in place since 18. And it's it's a collection done from all 18 counties in the southern region, southern Georgia Regional
And the
Commission.
decision is made by the whole 18 counties, not just Ware County.
That is
Well,
correct.
Last time it failed in Ware County, but it passed in the other counties.
Yeah. The vote takes place in all 18 counties.
Right.
Okay.
I second the
I think
motion,
one thing,
Mr. Chairman.
I think one thing that's stipulated in the law also is that no single county can opt out once the majority, I think it's what, like 10 or whatever,
10 out of
then you
18.
pretty much roped into it.
Right.
Yep.
That's right.
If we only need 10 to pass it. Okay.
Pope, do you have something you want?
You, Mr. Pope, you had something?
I second the motion.
Second. Okay. We got a motion and a second to approve this. I hear anything else on it? Not, let's vote on it. Mr. Burris,
Aye.
Mr. Pope,
Aye.
Mr. Lucas,
Aye.
Mr. Barner, chair votes aye. Okay. All right, this is a 2022-18 authorized grant application for the Georgia DOT Transit Program. That's for them little, now that comes under the regional too, don't it?
Yes,
That's
sir.
paid for under the regional, okay. I hear a motion for that resolution.
Mr. Chairman, I make the motion we pass the resolution 2022-18 authorizing grant application for GDOT transit program.
I'll second that.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Any discussion on it? If not, let's vote on it. Mr. Burris,
Aye.
Mr. Pope,
Aye.
Mr. Lucas,
Aye.
Mr. Barner. Chair votes aye. Okay. Okay, discussion of possible action concerning Walnut Lane, we carried that over, okay.
Yes,
I
sir.
think, all right. Appointment, Ware County Planning Commission, post 9.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion that we appoint Mr. Jeffrey Parker as requested by himself to the Planning Commission post 9. Because he's
I'll
the,
second that motion.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion on it?
I think we got the right man for the job.
Okay,
Good person.
let's vote to appoint him. Mr. Burris,
Aye.
Mr. Pope,
Aye.
Mr. Lucas,
Aye.
Mr. Barner, chair votes aye. Okay. Now, county manager report.
The only thing I have is we have that informational, educational video. It's finished, it's being sent to us. I thought I'd have it today, probably tomorrow, and it will be going out on the airwaves. Vive is going to broadcast that for us, and we can put it on our website and Facebook. Kind of give more information about SPLOST and why it's important.
Okay,
Isn't the city supposed to start having their
Yeah,
information?
they have one starting at 5:30. When I leave here, I'm going straight there.
Where's it at?
I believe at City Hall.
City Hall.
City Hall. All right, got anything else? That's all you got?
That's it, yes, sir.
Okay, we got a commissioner comment, anything y'all got?
I've got one thing. I've had lots of people come to me about moving our meeting times up where the average person that works can come to our meetings. I wouldn't mind having a work session at 5 o'clock and have our regular meetings at 7 o'clock. That way that'd give the general public time enough to come to our meetings. I'd like for us to kind of talk about it and think about it. That way we wouldn't mess up a day too, having to quit what we do at 3 o'clock in the afternoon to come up for a meeting.
About 7 o'clock in the morning start.
Yeah, that'd be better.
Yeah, it'd be better for me.
Chairman don't even get up that time in the morning.
Yeah, shoot. I'll be done eating dinner, I'll be eating dinner by then.
You what?
I'm on the road at 7 o'clock in the morning.
That's just something to think about.
I would agree to I'd like to talk about it, all of us, but I think moving it an hour and a half later in the evening would be better for everybody.
Yeah,
But now we also gotta think about our attorneys, which have to drive all the way back to Tipton.
Well,
We have to
they're
take
getting
that
paid
into
big
account.
money. We're gonna have to pay them anyway.
But safety is my concern. It's my biggest concern.
okay. We can think about it. Anything else? If not, I hear a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
So moved. Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor? Meeting adjourned.